on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my party spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in, then break you out. In the end, we're gonna make.
Deanna, it's good to have you back on another episode of All Time High. This is our May the 4th Be With You episode. So I hope you're okay with that. And a special surprise conversation for you is about to pop up because, there's this one guy who likes to walk around and hold up. You know that guy. And these pictures where he's got the 4 have taken on new significance. Are you familiar with what happened?
Well, I can see right there it says CZ got sentenced to 4 months in prison. Jeez.
That's right.
How, of course, why not? Why not? Government asked the judge for 30 months. He got 4. So you think he'll probably do 1, but seriously, and
seriously what?
And they just arrested Roger Ver. It's like, look, you have these guys who are pioneers, who are legitimate businessmen who
my composition here is against FTX, right? 4 months versus 25 years. That's the battle to me and to others.
I mean,
but go ahead.
CZ didn't do anything near what FTX did, right? Like it's pretty justified. Honestly, I feel like he should have gotten 100 years. I don't know why he only got 25 years. He should, like, for every billion he lost, it should be times 10.
Here's what took me to the next level. This may take you to the next level. So we've got some questions about the sentencing. What a great picture too, right? And here's the comparison. Freed got 25 years. CZ got 4 months. And as you get the closing, the repeated reference to the sealed matter and significant emphasis on the word cooperation. So he pretty much cooperated with the government while Sammy kind of like perjured himself on the stand. Interesting, huh?
Interesting. Yeah, I would imagine.
So,
I would. If it's my nemesis. Like, of course, think of the ultimate though. Think of all the power CZ just had. That he completely crumpled his number 2, like bankrupt him, put him in jail, and got slapped with like a month, and that he'll actually have to do in prison. And it'll probably be like some county thing because it's only a month.
So I do have a different kind of look or thought on that. I mean, what if he goes there and in all good faith, he's going to serve 4 months, but he doesn't make it out? Maybe the camera gets...
You think it's like that? I don't know. Has he made any of the C people mad? all of the C people. You can apply it
all
to
the names we don't say on the show.
You can apply it to any
or he's got. I don't even know. He may have pictures. You know what? He may have stories. Like he may be working with those entities, and that's why he had leverage. Like, because I don't think if the government, given all the donations that were made by FTX or SBF, had their say in it, I don't know that they would have even put him behind bars for a year, much less 25.
Yeah.
Whereas with CZ being an overseas guy, being a commander in this space, I mean, he knows, and I think that's maybe a big difference. Like CZ knows what he's doing. He fleeced FTX. He made that happen. And whereas FTX, they were playing with fun money and Alameda and all these things and didn't really know how the game
Crypto
worked.
Bros. There's a bunch of crypto bros.
Yeah, they were in Jamaica, man, having fun.
Totally.
Or wherever they were.
Yeah, they but that's why he has the number 1 exchange in the world. And he rose. I remember when Binance first started, right? I had just gotten into the space and they were just starting to list coins, and they did community. So it was like community contests every month. And it was how many communities could get the most interaction, retweets, comments in a given month. And whoever could get it got listed for free. And then second place got like 50% off the listing fee, which back then was maybe like $10,000. It was nothing. Right. And so that's probably, late 17. So if it launched, early 17, late 16, he's been in the space. It's 8 years. He's dominated the space for 8 years. He rose very quickly, very fast.
Yeah, and he's now one of the richest people in the world, probably on record as well as off the record, if that makes any sense to people out there. I looked at this tweet that came out about SBF refused to rat. He got 25 years. CZ ratted them out, got 4 months. But who did he rat out? So that's what I'm going to ask you. As I read this, I want you to come up with, based on your history, your working knowledge, kind of your OG status in the space, how is it that CZ, who did he rat out? Because down here, they kept, in the agreement deal, kept using the word cooperation. I was struck by repeated references to a sealed matter that was a mitigating factor on sentencing and significant emphasis on the word cooperation. What the hell did CZ cooperate on? What did he give them? I've got my theory. What's yours?
I mean, I feel like he got first crack at the books. He got to look at the books to do the due diligence on FTX before, he was going to go in and save it. So I think that his willingness to just, be like, here, whatever you need me to do, however you need me to do it. Are you thinking he ratted? Is that where you're going with it? That he like dimed out because of maybe some of the other trouble that's going on in the space?
No. All right. Now here's where I'm taking. I could be totally wrong, out of left field. I'm not trying to predict. I'm just kind of depicting where he's been, all the things he's been involved with. I think he knows who the Satoshis are. I really do.
You think he came in kind of late? Maybe. I'd have to go back and look. Maybe I need to research him a little bit more. I mean, there is a good set of developers, or like Jeff Garzik. He actually talked to Satoshi and helped contribute to the last part of the code before Bitcoin actually got released. And so like there are people who probably have a really good idea, but I don't know. Like, what if
I think he's more the kind of guy that has evidence. Like he's got something on showing somebody, and I'm worried. That's why I think the last guy who went to jail, who was doing things, he ended up not making it out of jail, and that's one of those names we don't say on the show.
No,
he hung out with your friend Jamie Dimon,
I think,
and a lot of other movie stars like Oprah and Obama. We can say the O words here, but we just can't say the C words. And the name of that island.
That guy.
The name of that island that he was on.
Guy.
And
I don't know.
And through your eyes, I've grown to respect CZ. I think he's immensely talented. I mean, to be able to put together and pull off some of the stuff that he did. In fact, he kind of helped Coinbase get their feet.
Yeah. I mean,
have you seen some of the structural things?
Yeah. Well, and I think this just goes to show he also set up in countries that were very like crypto friendly and had very crypto friendly laws. Like those countries are the ones that are really going to reap the benefits of this economy because they're clear about their intention, they're clear about their expectation, and you know what you're going to have to pay instead of like the wishy-washiness you get. You know what I mean? Like you have legitimate businessmen trying to follow the rules. CZ, Coinbase, XRP, Ethereum, like all of these guys are legitimate business guys. And, the rules have been so back and forth. You could probably say anybody broke anything at any time. And who wants to do business like that? Right. It's just not good policy.
I do think CZ keeps receits though. That's pretty clear.
To me. He might have something. He might have something on somebody. I mean, if I was in his position, I would try. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't go quite Diddy, but I would definitely. I might go somewhere between like, I don't know. I don't know what the correct.
I think his are financial receipts more than that. But he not only keeps receipts. I also think he's a Riddler. I'm going to share something with you. I believe this to be an authentic tweet. Have you seen this before? Why don't you go ahead and read it for the viewers? All 5 to 500
okay, so it says,
that'll watch this
when
show.
the Titanic sinks, little floats near it get dragged down too. But the floats will eventually come back up if they are untethered. Love it. I would be a little float.
Oh, man, that is so loaded. and this tweet's from 411, so I love that part of it. So it's like information. I don't even know if he meant this, but here's me being the Riddler. Do you see anything else in there that you can relate to? Because I got about 2 or 3 things. So you know the story about the Titanic, right?
Yeah, of course.
Where they brought in all the people. They were about to meet in Jekyll Island, and they were going to reformulate the financial system for the United States of America, creating the Federal Reserve. There were at least 2 people who did not believe in the concept, but whose buy-in they needed. Those 2 people happened to be on the Titanic. The Titanic at the time was heralded as the boat that could not be sunk, but somehow it went down on its maiden voyage. Meanwhile, the JP Morgans and the Rothschilds, they met at Jekyll Island. They established the Federal Reserve, and any resistance was quite literally gone.
Wow.
Via the Titanic. So I'm thinking like the reset of the monetary system.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I literally just heard like CNBC and I think, I don't know, another big news one are saying that there's a potential that 100 US banks are going to collapse. Like as of today, that was news as of today is the headline.
Oh, the interest rates have to come down for the banks.
Yeah, but it's not going to, right? Like the Fed is leaving it at the time being. So like, we're going to see what's going to happen. It might get a little messy, but what does this do? So if the U.S. economy drops, what does it do to crypto, right? Does crypto, it's still speculative. It's still a speculative thing. I think maybe.
Not financial advice. Do your own research, all the fun things. But yeah, if you're going to print more money, you're going to actually create more value in currencies that are static or that have a limited supply. Yeah. For example, Bitcoin, 21 million.
Yeah. And did you see the bill that Biden's trying to pass about unrealized gains?
I did. That's
ridiculous, right? Like how it would tank it would just tank investments like you wouldn't even believe.
Yeah, I want to do unrealized losses. If they're going to do unrealized gains,
you can. Right? You can write off a loss on your crypto.
No, not a real one, an imaginary one.
Well, I don't know about that. The audibility, like they can look at it and be like, "You lied." Hey AI, like balance this system in this sheet and tell me if this guy's a liar, and it'll be like Maury show. You are a liar.
Yeah, it's a little like what they do with taxing on houses right now, where they speculate on the appraised value and then you go in and fight it. But I don't want to go there. I do want to finish. There's one other thing about this particular tweet that I want you to take a look at.
Okay, please do.
And you'll probably see it. It's in the last word. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I was going to say Tether. Were you trying to point to Tether?
Like, yeah, I was. I mean, so the floats will eventually come back up. So if the currencies go down, they'll come back up if they are untethered. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What does that say to you? Because it says a lot to me.
Yeah, I mean, well, didn't you just talk about Tether potentially getting banned?
Yeah, and I'm looking at do they have one-to-one backed assets? I don't know. Does USDC? I don't know. Is XRP going to issue a stablecoin? They say they will. Is the U.S. finally going to pass legislation?
Maybe.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But we talked about stablecoins being the gateway drug to CBDCs. I just found it interesting, man. There's a lot in that tweet. The date from him, the Titanic, tethering, what gets dragged down, what pops
and
up.
It's early.
This is even liquidity. This is liquidity too.
And it's early. Right? It's April
Titanic.
11th. You're not even in like October, November when things like really hit the fan, right? So you're talking a good 6 months before. Yep.
My mind is blown. I mean, seriously. I know you already were a fan of CZ. Are you more or less of a fan of CZ now after
baller
today's
status
show?
To me? Like all's fair in love and war. It's, when you have an opponent, and I think that's the thing sometimes people forget. It's like, yeah, crypto is collaborative, but at the end of the day, sometimes some people are your competitors and you do what you have to do. And if you want to be a big company, it means sometimes you have to do business things, and to be able to squash your number 2 the way he did, I think is just baller.
Yeah, and that he's calling shots, and he's going to serve 4 months. Do we know where he's going to serve? I don't. I mean, I don't know that you
No,
would
and
know
I don't
either. I don't know
think
why I even
it's
asked
a
the question.
non-violent, and it all depends on where he is and if there's overbooking. And he won't do the full 4 months. Like he has to do a portion of the 4 months. I knew somebody who got like 5 years and they did 4 days. It was insane. 4 days in like county, and they were done. So
Well,
yeah.
you know that saying about whistling past the graveyard. I'm going to be tracking him the minute he goes in.
Hey, what if he puts him? What if he puts him in with Yes,
FTX with Sammy.
Put him in the same cell together. Let them duke it out. Record it. Oh my God! Think of the entertainment we could have. I would love it.
Man, I'm just telling you, there's much more nefarious actors out there. I just worry for his safe and his safety and well-being.
I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be all right. I think if they wanted him, they would have gotten him. They would have put him in there longer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. Time will tell.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
But go CZ.
Does SBF make it out before CZ does? I'm saying he's
not so sure. He's gonna die of
dietary
issues. Like he's not gonna have enough vegan food, or he's he was accustomed to a certain kind of lifestyle that he just doesn't get anymore. So it's probably interesting for him.
No, it does not. Well, Deanna, thank you for your insight on the CZ edition of All Time High. We'll catch you next time.
Bye,
You
guys.
on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got